Good morning to our church family here in the tri-state area, as well as our friends and family tuning in globally. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Kiana Davis, and today I'm bringing you good news from our SAGES World sector. So for those of you who don't know, SAGES stands for South Asian Gulf and Eastern States. And that includes all of the churches that we have in those geographic areas. So that includes Syracuse, New York. We have our church here in the tri-state area. We have Boston, New Hampshire, Atlanta, and multiple churches throughout Florida. And then, of course, in South Asia, we do have New Delhi and Chennai, India, as well as Kathmandu, Nepal. Many of you know Raja and Debbie Rajan, who oversee our churches in India. And today we have a quick video clip from them updating us on all of the good news happening in India, as well as a sobering impact of what it's like living in India with COVID-19. So if you have any distractions going on right now, please put them down, put them away, and tune in to this video. Please enjoy.
Hey, we bring you greetings from New Delhi, India. And Debs and I, we are so excited to share a few of the things that are happening over here in New Delhi and also around India and in Kathmandu, Nepal. One of the best news we have is in 19 days, we had 16 people get baptized here in India. And our goal was 20. We made 16 here and then 2 in Nepal. So in about 19 days, we had about 18 baptisms. And this was before the coronavirus, things started and we had to be, we were under lockdown and things like that. But God is doing amazing things. One of the best news is Chennai had about 3 baptisms. And 3 of them were from campuses. And so one of them is a guy called Abraham, who's he's doing his master's in physics. Incredible guy, wants to do great things for God. Also, we had a great woman in Nepal got baptized. Her name is Neera, and she's an incredible woman. Roger tells me that she reminds him about the Samaritan woman in John chapter 4, who figured out her life was a mess, and she goes back and tells the whole town about how awesome God is, and she got to invite a ton of people to come and visit the church. A few more news from Chennai and from Bangalore. Yes.
Oh, okay. I want to share about Sherry, who's a teen, who's 17 years old, who got baptized in Bangalore. Now, Sherry's parents separated, and because of the separation, she had to discontinue her studies. But I really appreciate her heart because she never gave up and kept coming to the church. Every single day she would come to pray with the Jayashree's daughter Reena, and she fought with the parents, struggled so hard to get permission because she's 17, and she got permission from her father and her mother, and she got baptized, and she helps out with the Down syndrome children. So I'm so proud of her. And back here in Delhi, we have Anyam, who got baptized. He's finished his bachelor's in electronics and communication and engineering, and now is pursuing his Indian engineering services. And he was brought by dear sister Lynn, who Anyam was her senior in college. And Anyam had to really wrestle with all the traditions back home and fight through it with scriptures, and he got baptized here in Delhi. And the other person that I really want to share about is another teen in Delhi, and her name is Christina, and she had to go through a lot of problems at home. She lives in a very abusive family, and she lives with a mother and a stepfather. But to see her heart of wanting to be right with God, and she really felt the love of the church, the disciples in the church, and she really wanted to be part of the family. And she got permission from both the parents, and now she is a sister in Christ, and she's such a fired up and joyful sister. I'm so proud of her.
Awesome, amen. Well, just want to give an update of what is happening with the corona issue here in Delhi and India.
Yeah.
We are under a lockdown. So Delhi has been under lockdown since
19th March.
19th of March. Now, when we say lockdown over here, people cannot, go out. You can't loiter on the streets. Our beaches are not open. And so if the police finds you outside, they're going to thrash you. I mean, they have walking around with sticks. They will hit you. They'll beat you up if they see you, going out, just hanging around with friends
Yes.
and things of that nature. So they stop cars, they stop bikes, and you can see videos up where people are getting beaten by the cops.
Yes.
So that's intense over here. But with the disciples, it's a little different. I mean, Debs will share
Yeah,
more.
especially we have 34 teens in Delhi, and the teens are the ones who are affected the most because they do not have phones and they have to depend on their parents for communication. So, even the virtual devos or the services, I really appreciate the teens really striving hard to, get some time, get a phone or maybe the neighbor, and they make every effort. They all come together, even though they are not allowed to go out. They sneak out, they come, and for at least 2 or 3 of them join together over one phone and crowd around one phone, and they try to listen to the message and they try to keep in touch either with somebody else's phone. And I really, really appreciate the teens at this time. Even though some of them live in abusive families, it really is a problem keeping in touch, and many of them do not have internet connection. But to see their hearts of wanting to be faithful, and even the single women, married women whose husbands are not disciples, is really a struggle for them to be in touch, just to keep in touch. And it's with all this lockdown, it is really affecting many of their disciples just to be faithful. They're struggling so hard to be faithful and to be connected with the disciples. But I'm appreciated. I really love the hearts of all the leaders wanting to be in touch with their disciples and making every effort just to keep each other faithful.
Yeah, yeah. And the disciples who don't have food to eat, we had
Yes.
to provide some rationing,
Yeah.
had to be done because simply don't have food.
Mm.
And so it's been a challenge. But the spirit of the disciples
Yes.
is incredible. Just the leadership in Delhi, across India,
Yes.
it's a giving nature.
Mhm.
They want to help. They want to give the best and make sure the disciples are kept faithful.
Yeah.
We are grateful for all the support we get from the
Yes.
U.S. and New York Church. We are so grateful that you guys are sacrificing and providing. I know the missions are coming up
Yeah.
for you guys, and probably it's already on. But we are so grateful for all your sacrifices you do. That is keeping us going over here, so that we in turn can give it out to our own disciples.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Yes.
being with us in spirit. We love you guys, and we cannot forget being there
Yes.
last year.
Yes.
We love you.
We
Thank
love
you so
you.
much. Take care.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but when I see those updates and see the photos, it just brings everything that we do to life. And I'm so grateful to be a part of the Sages World sector. Please be keeping all of the churches in the Sages World sector in your prayers, and please enjoy the rest of our service.